Hello.
Hello.
How are you today?
Very good.
You've made
Sunshine.
Yes, and you've made the long trek into Toronto.
Yes, in the bloody Winnebago, of course. You will
y-
recognize this from Dead Before Dawn 3D.
You have to talk about this van. So, I mean, it's blood-spattered. It's obviously been through a lot.
Demons have attacked it. Those are half zombies, half demons. And our hero car running through the night has been the bloody Winnebago. It's held up pretty well, although now it's extra bloody. So.
And where do you take such a ride? Does it travel across the country?
It does. It has been everywhere. Unfortunately, not overseas, but it's been across the country in Canada.
Maybe
which is
that
very fitting.
Maybe that can be for 3D too. Or...
Exactly. It fits our 3D Cineplex release because it's across the country, 32 screens. So the bloody Winnebago will be traveling as many places as it can.
Nice. Well, why don't we go inside and you can tell me about the story?
Sounds good. So Dead Before Dawn follows a bunch of college kids who accidentally break an urn and cause a curse. Everyone they make eye contact turned into zombie demons, which is later known as Zemans, and they have 24 hours to reverse the curse. So
Amazing.
It's like running through the night, Goonies meets Shaun of the Dead.
And I mean, I love the idea too. The thing that caught me, I love the 24-hour thing because that's kind of like, it's fast. You know,
fast. Like, it's fast. They break the urn fast and they have to fix it real fast, otherwise the whole world is doomed.
So what point did you get involved? Did you get involved early or later on?
Yeah, my producing partner and I, Tim Doran, we're Wango Films. This is our third feature film together, and we decide our concept together. In fact, with this one, we decided we wanted to do a 3D feature film. So then we, from there, after we decided we wanted to do 3D, decided a horror comedy would be really fun. Horror would be, amplified with 3D, although
right.
We're very tasteful in our 3D, and we've come from a comedy world. We've done 2 comedies previous to Dead Before Dawn, so we thought, let's come up with something new and innovative. And at the time, vampires were really hot, but we were like, let's bring back the zombies.
Nice.
This was like before The Walking Dead and World War Z. So we started writing Dead Before Dawn then, and that was sort of where it came from. So our company, it's just the 2 of us, and we come up with our concepts together. So I'm involved like right from literally the first word on the page, coming up with character development and everything together. So it's a really tight-knit group and great team.
Well, and the one thing that catches me is that, I mean, there's not a lot of releases in Canada that are Canadian releases that are 3D. Mm-hmm. So what goes into that to actually get that to work?
Well, this is the first fully stereoscopic Canadian film.
Wow.
Made in 3D.
Well, that's what I thought.
Yeah,
I mean, I couldn't think of any others.
No, it's very rare. They're all American in studios. We're also like an independent production company, which is sort of unheard of for 3D. It's really breaking a lot of grounds in that regard, and it's really cool digitally because we shot on 2 cameras, red one, so one sat vertical, one sat horizontal. We had 2 cameras the whole shoot
really?
On a quasar rig, so it's like a massive rig which could not get in the Winnie, but we shot through windows and we're creative with our massive rig.
Wow.
And then in terms of releasing the film into Cineplexes, DCPs, because of the world of technology, we're really lucky. You can have a 2D DCP or a 3D DCP. So our masters are 2D, and we also have a 3D version. So it's all digital, all tapeless, and it's sort of on a hard drive and arrives in this matrix, suitcase, and that's the film. And there's a key to unlock it, and it's in 3D, and you get some glasses when you walk into Cineplex, and you're good to go.
Was it harder, though, to get this made as a 3D film? I mean...
It was extremely challenging.
I bet.
The 3D workflow at the time had not really been laid out in Canada at all, or for an indie production at all in the world. It was something very new, and the post workflow, we sort of worked our way through it as we were shooting and discovered ways to make it most efficient. What I found the most difficult and challenging with 3D on the fly is it's about 30% slower than shooting 2D because you're dealing with a massive rig.
Right.
And the blocking of the actors have to be very, very specific because wherever you set your convergence, whether things are coming out or in, actors, their blocking has to be very specific, and then you can't really do whip pans, fast cuts, and you can't move handheld, which is normal for a zombie comedy.
Yeah.
You have to be, moving on slow moves, dolly, really nice dolly frames with a lot of master shots where people are moving through the frame to keep the 3D interesting without jarring the eyes. So there was so much more to think about in terms of 3D.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So then in terms of doing it, what made you want to act in it as well as direct it?
I started from an acting background, so Tim and I both went to Ryerson Theater School.
Right.
So we're actors at heart. So acting was sort of like that was our first passion and our first love. And yeah, so it's a group of 7 college kids, so we're one of them. But
right.
Devin Bostick, who's the lead, really carries the whole film, and the love interest, Martha McIsaac. But it was really fun, popping in and out of camera. Thank God for digital playback. That makes my life a lot easier.
What was the best part of making it? What did you enjoy the most? Either side of the camera.
I think at the end of the day, crossing the finish line, and I was really proud of our cast and crew and what we were able to achieve. We shot the film in 20 days.
Wow.
And it was fully 3D, and I just think that that's such an incredible feat for all the people that were involved. And Telefilm Canada, OMDC, our government agencies came on board early with funding, and everyone really believed in the project. And so when we crossed the finish line and I got to see it for the first time in 3D, I was just so proud of the team behind it. Our stereographer, Jeff Packer, was incredible. Red Lead Digital, everybody just pitched in, and we really made something special.
Right.
So that was my favorite part.
Well, now you've been working towards promoting it, and you were just at the Zombie Walk.
Yeah.
What else have you done to promote it? Because you're traveling a lot, I guess.
Yeah. Last year we traveled the whole world with Dead Before Dawn, so it's been released in all different countries. Canada's sort of the last to get it.
Right.
So we were at the Chinese theater just a month ago, opening in the States for a U.S. premiere. We were in Russia for the premiere in Russia. We were in Tokyo, in the UK. So it's been a big year of promoting. Tim and I are both, and Wango Films, we're really focused on making something that audiences will love and finding the audiences to make sure they know about the film. And that's a big thing that we try to do, some really cool, out-of-the-box marketing ideas and plans, which is this one-day event across the country, and you dress up and you come out and there's prizes at every Cineplex, so that should be fun for audiences.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Well, it's... the one thing I wonder is, too, does it get easier? I mean, obviously there's a challenge of doing 3D in this one, but... Does anything else get easier now that you kind of set yourself up a little after,
We're halfway through our next feature, which is entitled 88, and I thought things would be a lot easier because it's 2D, and I have 2 cameras, but they're, separate, and I was just this is going to be a walk in the park. But there's always elements out of your control.
Right.
I find with filmmaking, I always say this is mini miracles coming together to make one big one at the end.
Right.
And it's just, there's so much you can plan, and we're heavy on pre-production, so everything is planned, and you think it's all going to go according to plan, but then there was a hailstorm on one of our precinct days, and it was supposed to be, a normal sunny day, or rain, whatever, but hail, you can't really do anything with sound, so there's always these, I call them hiccups, and you just have to sort of bend and flow with the river and just go with it, and just stay focused on the end line.
Right.
So, easier, I don't know. More open to going with the flow and understanding the world and the process, yes.
Right.
That's for sure.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, do you have a dream kind of project you want to tackle? Something you want to do that's...
There's so much I want to do.
Is it getting easier to get to that goal, maybe, or
I hope so.
It's getting closer, at least, I mean?
I hope so.
Yeah?
I mean, we're taking steps to constantly go up in budget level and be able to achieve bigger production value films and get bigger stars attached, and all of those things really matter at the end of the day.
Well, and Canada needs more of that.
It does. So we're working hard at, going, slowly taking our time and taking our steps, and also trying to make big strides with whatever we have. But there's lots that's still on the to-do list, that's for sure. And 88, the film we're doing now, has been a dream project for 5 years. We just happened to do these comedies first, but so we're getting closer, that's for sure. But I don't think I'll ever, feel ready to stop until, I don't know. There's always new ideas.
Well, speaking of bigger stars, I can't help but notice the gentleman over your left shoulder. I mean, working with Christopher Lloyd.
Yes.
I mean, what was it like working with Christopher Lloyd?
You know what?
Because a lot of us would just like to sit down and, talk to him for a while, but,
He is a humble, quiet, so professional at his job. He's just a beautiful, spirited person. And when we were on set, at first, he was really quiet, and I thought, that's so interesting. I just would have expected him to be the guy he is on screen.
Right.
But he was just really method and, focused on his lines. And as soon as we said, as soon as it's action, he lights up, and he's like head to toe the character, and everybody's jaws just dropped, and there was Christopher Lloyd standing in front of us. So it was like this amazing transformation between the man himself and the man he plays on screen, which was just, I felt very honored to be working with someone like that, and who had such strong experience, and he still has so much passion for the craft of acting. He loves what he does, and he will not. He's 75, just a few days ago. He will not stop, and he just has this connection with the audience and film and theater too. He just loves all of it. So it's just incredible to see someone go through a lifetime, literally, of being immersed in something and still love it so much that he has butterflies the night before and can't sleep. Nice. I just think that's so beautiful. I'm like, that is what you're supposed to be doing. He is definitely doing the right path, you know?
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, my last question is, if you had to give audiences one reason why they're going to have to run out to see this, what's the one reason?
Fun and entertainment.
Nice.
And it's unique. And it's 3D. You got to support, like, Canada's first
and it's
3D
Canadian.
feature. You got to go out there, and it's all very immersive 3D, so it's not like jutting at the screen and distasteful. It's very immersive, really beautiful 3D, and definitely come with friends, because it's much more fun in a group. Throw the popcorn, scream, come dressed. It's like Rocky Horror Picture Show, so best dressed get lots of prizes at the Cineplex. I can't wait to see the photos.
Nice. Thank you very much.
No problem.